Hey, what's happening, boys and girls? Elton McFall here. A little bit pooped today. Not just because I've spent the last couple hours finishing this painting, but I went on a wicked bike ride with Grant yesterday. Well, if you know anything about old bikes, like a lot of things, everything is metal, everything is steel, so they're quite a workout. It's been a long time since I went on a long ride like that, actually. Anyway, just finished this project for somebody, one of my big fans out in Jonquière, Mr. Bedard, who was a trucker, who I did his painted his Western Star last year, big rig. And although at first I wasn't too keen on this, me doing a painting of his dad Suzuki here, but the more I thought of it, well, for one thing, hell, it helps to pay the bills, right? Seriously, I mean, this is it. I'm an artist. I'm not a starving artist. But I'm not gonna say not too far from there, but I just get by. Let's just say I just get by. So anyway, it's interesting when it comes to when I show these paintings. I like to show them as best as I can. See, like right now, there's some kind of glare coming from the window over here in my office. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it over here on my desk. It's gonna look a lot better. Here you go, right in front of some ads there. So yeah, this is his dad's. Took me my usual time. Took me about a week, maybe a little bit more, because I know a couple of you guys that asked me, "Oh, did you go and try out the new REM trains?" Like, I'm actually glad I didn't, because for one thing, the last 2 days was crazy amount of people. You'd think there was another new metro opening, and in a way, it was actually. So I'm probably gonna go later today, because I think the next 2 days the weather's supposed to be pretty shit. So I'm gonna go check that out for myself. And God, what was I gonna say? Anyway, so yeah, this was a weird one for me. Like I'm very glad to have done this, because I never thought I'd be doing a subcompact Japanese car. I mean, it is vintage. And as I mentioned, well, whatever helps to pay the bills, as long as somebody doesn't contact me and say, hey, yeah, I want you to do my Prius, and that's like out of the question. I think the only modern cars I would consider doing today, from today, like I mean, look, any of you guys, you know me, I'm old school to the bone. So it would have to be a Dodge Charger, a Challenger. Uh, you know, uh, when I mean Charger, I mean like a police pack. Stuff like that. Other than that, I don't really. There's not too much that's modern that interests me. I mean, I like yesterday I saw a purple Lamborghini in Lachine. Um, Maybe, but I don't know. Maybe if somebody paid more than usual and really would, money talks, bullshit walks, as the expression goes. So anyway, it was interesting to do a little research about this. Now, when my friend mentioned that the car had been repainted, well, I figured so, because by the colors, and I had to do a little research. I wanted to find out a little more about these cars. I remember that Chevy did their own version of this called a Chevy Sprint, and these like they back to the 80s, but then they were redesigned in, I think, 89. So my friend, Michele, says this is an 89. And interestingly enough, I looked it up. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this is a special edition. This is a Suzuki. It's not just a Swift, it's called a Forza, Forza, as in the name famous in racing. And yeah, it's a turbo, and they've only made this. I think they called it a Forza here in Canada. I don't even think it was like that in the States. So whoever had this knew. They knew it was rare. They knew it was special, like a lot of cars that are rare and special, and they stayed preserved in a garage and driven now and then and maintained. So yeah, it was neat to do. For me, it's a first to do a Japanese car. I mean, in those whole series I did. I mean, what was the only foreign car I did was my friend Dave's father's Volkswagen Combi, like mid '60s, right, based on the van. Oh my God, am I tired today? Oof. It's a good thing I only have in you know it. It's a good thing I only have in mind to go for a ride in that REM train later today, because I'm just so damn beat. After this, I'm gonna go make a coffee and I think go lie down in bed for a while. And what else can I tell you? So yeah, and I thought, the guy, I gave him a price, and he actually paid more. He paid my usual 250 I asked for. And well, in some cases 280, shipping included. But I said, he paid 250. I said, great. So I'm going to put even more work into it because again, money talks, right? Money motivates people. I said, I'll do like a starry sky with a fade, and then at the end I added these, like a traffic light fade with the car driving quickly and like on a highway, and like kind of like the street lights in the back or on a highway, whatever it may be, on a curve. And but man, it's not easy. Once again, I have to say, when it comes to doing paintings of vehicles, the freaking hardest thing to do is the wheels. The wheels, the wheels, the wheels. I am not kidding you. So when you know, before I did this, right, I did that painting of that galaxy for Rob out west, which I hope, buddy, you're subscribed to the channel. And then before his 59 Ford, I did this 59 Ford, which is a 59 Meteor. But look, there's pretty much only like one tire. The other one, you hardly see it. So and this is, yeah, it's still available, this one. Again, 250, 250. And it's got the Alberta plate there, and did a kind of a nice countryside. Of course, I did that also out of as a tribute to Dean and Scott and all the boys out there out west who are part of the Cold War Motors, I guess you could say, family. And it'd be a pleasure to sell to somebody out west, but it doesn't have to be somebody out west. And another painting I still have available. I sold the Mercury Marquis, the Uncle Buck Mercury Marquis. Thanks again to Marlene out in New Westminster who bought it, speaking out of people out west. But I still have this guy here. And, again, 250 shipping included. And yeah, I'm proud of this one because this is actually from a photo that I took in Burke, New York, just over the border here at Dick Tucker Auto Salvage, which, I mean, in this day and age, I even wonder, there's so many salvage yards that have disappeared in the last 20 years. It's baffling. So, I mean, I don't even know if that place is still operating, So some photos I have there, some are calendars. There's that one there to Lincoln. That's a picture I took. That's an original photo. I took that in Laval in 2004, I think. And I still got my Jean Beliveau drawing there in case you might be interested. Oh, that was a little shit. Sorry about that. Yeah, framed that myself. And that's it, guys. So I want to thank you for watching. And of course, if you're interested in having your old vehicle immortalized, well, if it's a car, truck, or pickup truck or van, it's something that does not too much work. Again, $250 Canadian. So I say that because if you're in the States, it's cheaper. I will also ship to Europe, but shipping in Canada and the US is $30. And if it's something, as I mentioned before, if it's something like a train or, a ocean liner, buses, anything that has a ton of detail, it's going to be more than that. It's going to be more than 300, I'll tell you right now. Unless I do like a front of it or something. But again, everything comes out. It's not real so much the paint, it's the time. It's the time that it takes to make something. It's all about details. So thanks very much for watching, and take care, be well, and we'll see you in the next one.